Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and an intriguing puzzle today based on the game we've been streaming lately. So, first of all, don't forget, on Patreon, Glum Hippo's brilliant hunt, the fossil hunt, is out there. We're getting so many compliments on it from people who've got through the 11 puzzles. Give it a try. You will be thrilled by how the puzzles build up in terms of size and difficulty, so you can understand the XY differences rule throughout. It's really good. That's just one of things we put on Patreon, and a really good one. In our apps, we have great things as well. We have 8 different apps, effectively. Well, 9, I suppose, but 2 of them are on the same platform, on the CTC app platform, and you can well, that is great because you can get the 500k puzzles all free, Prasanna's 7 introductory puzzles all free, and you can pay for the Gas app and the Domino app, and it really helps us if you do, so please consider it. What else have we got going on? Well, there's the merchandise, but we have also been streaming this game Taiji, which involves us moving around a sort of Japanese garden and various houses within it, and playing various puzzle games where you have to kind of, again, learn the rules and then apply them more. And it's really interesting. We do that for 2 hours every so often of an evening, and the chat is always very amusing. Now, I wasn't aware of Darren Nakamura, but I think he's been in the chat, and he's decided to do a puzzle based on the game, which has a number of flowers and things within its garden. So we'll look at the rules in a moment. I was just wondering, Darren Nakamura, there's no chance that he's the brother of Hikaru, is there? I wonder these days if sometimes people describe Terence Tao as, oh, that guy, he's the brother of Trevor, the brilliant Sudoku constructor. I think they might. And the same might one day be true if Darren was Hikaru's brother, which I'm sure he's not. But anyway, I don't think we've featured Darren on the channel before, but we're grateful for him sending a puzzle in based on what we're doing, and it's called Taiji Garden. I'm going to go through the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, so that's putting 1 to 9 in every row, column, and 3 by 3 box. Now, shade some cells such that all shaded cells form one orthogonally connected area, and all unshaded cells form one orthogonally connected area. No 2 by 2 region may be fully shaded or fully unshaded. Now, those are yin-yang rules. It's a puzzle type that existed probably before Sudoku, and it's very interesting. So we have to shade a large number of cells, probably, in the puzzle. Well, it must be a large number to avoid 2 by 2 regions in the unshaded as well. Now, there's also these little icons. The special icons are Taiji flowers. I hope you can see them on this grid. They're sort of small and pink and flowery, which won't interfere with our pencil marks. I think they're fairly visible. Numbers in cells with Taiji flowers indicate how many of that cell's orthogonal neighbours, up to 4 of them, share the same shading as that cell. So if this cell was coloured blue and had a 4 in it, all of the other cells that it touches orthogonally, that means horizontally or vertically, would be blue as well, I guess. That's what we're looking at here, which is an intriguing rule. Don't know how it's going to apply in the puzzle. Numbers outside the grid, we have some of those as well. Oh, I've just stuck a finger with a bit of onion on it into my eye. That's not smart. Okay, if I'm in tears, it's not because of the puzzle's opening, it's because of that. Numbers outside the grid indicate the sum of the digits in shaded cells in the corresponding row or column. So in this column, some of the cells will be shaded, the numbers in them will add up to 24. And apparently this information is enough to complete this puzzle both as a yin-yang and as a Sudoku, which seems extraordinary. Well, especially as none of these numbers are particularly exciting, are they? They're all very middly numbers. I don't know how this is going to work. Do give it a try on the link under the video. I should stop trying to think ahead and just let's get cracking. Let's start. Okay, well, the corners Yeah, the corners are definitely the places to start. On puzzles where they're telling you about the cells around them, the corners are the cells with the fewest cells around them. And in this case, there's only two orthogonally connected. So the numbers in the corners, which can't be 0, because this is a Sudoku, are either 1 or 2, which gives us some pairs. This is going to have to be a 3, isn't it? Because it's only got 3 cells it can be looking at. Can't be 0 again. It sees a 1, 2 pair now. So that's 3. This one must be 3 for the same reason. This one is now not 3 because it's in the same row as a 3. But 3 is its maximum, so that's a 1 or a 2. And those are all the numbers we get on the perimeter. The perimeter is definitely the place to start, not just for that kind of rule set, but also for yin-yang. And I know a couple of things about yin-yang that I have learnt from watching Simon do yin-yang puzzles. And right, one of the things is that the perimeter is very, very important. And is, okay, what I have learnt is that the perimeter only has 2 borders maximum between its colours. Actually, it could be all one colour. You could make this all shaded or not shaded, and I don't think you'd break the rules. However, it normally is 2, and I think it must be this time because there's a 1 in at least one of these corners, and that 1, let me just show you what I mean with purple and green. If we had purple there and this was a 1, then that's saying that 1 exactly of those 2 cells is purple. That means the other colour, say green, is in the other place. So one of them can be purple and that could be green. And now you've got a border break. And I will just briefly explain why you can't have 2 border breaks or 3 border breaks along the perimeter. Because you would have a pattern something like this with 2 sets of purple around the perimeter and 2 sets of green. And the problem is that as soon as you try and join the greens together to keep them into one region, you've blocked off the purples from being able to join together. Or if you try and join the purples together, you block off the greens from being able to join together. So that doesn't happen. And therefore, the fact that there is a 1 in one of these cells is important. Oh, this 3, I can just do this. Right, I'm going to use purple and green because I don't know what shaded and unshaded is. I'm just going to try and do 2 colours. 3 means whatever colour is in this cell has to be in all of those. And this 3 as well. Now, is this one purple or is it green? I don't know. And this could be a 2 and they could both be the same colour. Okay. I'm wondering if these are the same. Oh, hang on. That's 4 hang-ons, a vital number. No, it's not, but this column has got a clue of 20. And that says that the cells that are shaded add up to 20, and the cells that are unshaded add up to 25. I know that because I know the secret, which is that every row, column or box in a Sudoku adds up to the same number every time, the sum of 1 to 9 by rule, and that number is 45. So if the shadeds in this column add up to 20, the unshadeds add up to 25. What that means is that there are 2 colours in this column, and by what we've just been discussing, that means there's at least one of the 2 perimeter borders is in this column. Now, one of these is a 1 in column 1, and that's going to be the other border. Right. Oh, and we've got this 3. Oh, hang on, that's the 3 where I should have started. I'm going to uncolour that one. I'm going to colour this purple. Of course, this 2 by 2. That 3 means that the 3 cells around it are the same colour. And this cell has to be a different colour by the 2 by 2 rule. So that goes green, and that goes green because of the 2 by 2 rule there as well. This is green because green has to escape from that cell to join up with its fellow greens. And now This is the one that has a 1 number in it. Right, so those corners are 2s. That's a 1. Ah, and this is where the other perimeter boundary happens. Because only a maximum of one of these cells can be the same colour as that. So one of them is a different colour. Right. Now I can colour it round to purple down to there. Maybe not down to, yeah, down to that one. That's all right. I can colour it as green all the way round here. I don't know whether that's purple or green, but I know that it's got the border somewhere. Now, this is giving me all sorts, isn't it? I've got some 2x2s in the corners that I have to avoid being all the same colour. Right, this number on this flower, it can't be 1 or 3, and its maximum now was 3, so that's a 2. And that means it's got 2 purples and 2 greens around it. And that means this cell is purple. Now the other rule that I haven't discussed yet about yin-yang, but that might come up soon, is that you can't have checkerboard patterns, by which I mean green in those 2 cells and purple in those 2. And the reason for that becomes clear when you think about the effect. If you manage to join up the purples like that, then you fence in some green that can't get out. And similarly, if you were to join up the greens, you fence in some purple that can't get out. So we'll be avoiding checkerboards as well. Avoiding 2x2s and avoiding checkerboards. And we will probably find that we can get a lot coloured. Now, what's this number? It's saying how many cells can see green around it. Well, sorry, it's saying how many of the orthogonally connected cells are green, because it is green. And that is saying that of those 2 cells, how many are green? Well, it's not 2, because we've got a 2 in the box. So that's a 1, and I don't know which. One of these is green and one is purple. This one is counting the purples. That's a 1 or a 2. This is counting the purples. That is a 1 as well. This 4 is the maximum count, so that's 3 or 4. That 1 has fixed this, that one. That's got 2 purples around it, so they both become purple. To avoid a 2x2, we go green here. Don't know about that. This one, could it be a 4? No, it couldn't be a 4. Because it would have to be purple because of that being purple. And if it was a 4, all of those would be purple, and you'd have a purple 2x2. So that's a 3. Now, I don't know whether it's green or purple. Do I? No, because it could be purple like that, and I think it would survive. This cell is 2 or 4. It sees a 3 and a 1. I wonder if there's something about 4s that they couldn't really happen. Ah, this one's got a green and purple border, so it can't be a 4. That's a 3. If it was green, we'd get a green 2x2 here, so it's purple. And these cells are purple as well. And that gives us another green here. This green now has to get out. This sees 2 greens and 1 purple. That is a 1 or a 2. And it's purple. It's counting that cell and maybe that one. Oh, I haven't thought about the numbers for ages. But I don't know whether purple is shaded or green, actually. So maybe I can't even do anything about that yet. Oh, it's interesting, though, this. Let's keep going. Okay, I might have to come back to this 3. Ah, this can't be a green 3 now because of that cell. They would all be green and you'd get a 2x2. So that's purple. But that means, oh, that can't be purple. That's green by the 2x2 rule. So these are the other purples. This now can't be purple by the 2x2 rule. So that's green, and we've finished the perimeter. This green has to get out. We can't have the checkerboard. Here it comes in, so that goes green. That one is now a known 1. And this one is 2 or 4 now. Now, I'm not very good at yin yang, so I'm very likely to just miss inferences very fast. Okay, this can't be a 4, because it would have to be green because of that. All these would be green, and you'd have a 2 by 2. So that's a 2, which isn't that helpful. Means these are from 1, 3, or 4 potentially. Yeah, if there was a 4, it would have to have a 1 next to it, I think, here. Actually, look, Sudoku says one of these is definitely a 3, because that 3 and that 3 and that 3 rule out all of these cells from being a 3, and there must be one in the box. So one of these is a 3. I don't think a 4 could have a 3 next to it. Oh, maybe it could, actually. Oh, bother. Okay, so one's a 3, the other one I don't know. I suspect I'm being very dumb about something. Once I got this started, I thought it would just carry on, but I can't see how. One of those is green and one is purple. Whichever one is green has a purple one just beyond it. Don't know what to do with that. The numbers, I don't think they're helpful yet. I really don't. Even in this column, either purple or green could add up to 20 with a lot of variation allowable within those possibilities. So I need to think a bit more about these remaining 4 flowers. I need to populate my Taiji garden, don't I? Now, if this was a 4, that wouldn't work. Right, if they were all purple, you'd have a purple 2 by 2 in box 7. And if they were all green, they'd shut in this cell. So that's a 3. That's going to give me a 3 in one of those positions. Just quickly turning that into Sudoku for a moment, and it gets very little else done. Right, what colour is it? If it was green, I think maybe it would shut in this purple. No, not if it was green like that. Actually, or like that. Oh, if it was... No, that's interesting. This can't be green, because it has to let this purple cell out, so it can't have 2 green arms down here. Therefore, if it was a green 3, it would have to have green arms up here. But that would make this 2 impossible, because it would have 3 green sides. It could only have 1 purple maximum, and it already has 3 greens, so there's no colour it could be. So this is not a green 3. That's a clever one. This is purple. Now, the 2 purple arms, or 2 of the 3 purple arms can't be down here, or we'd have a 2 by 2. So 2 of them are up here, and the other one is in one of these cells, and I don't know which one yet. But this has now become green on the 2 by 2 rule. This has become green because of the count of 2 there. This becomes purple on the 2 by 2 rule. And that was progress. Checkerboard here. That's purple. 2 by 2, that's green. The number 1 makes that purple, or the number 3. This is green on the 2 by 2 rule. This is purple. Look, we're just following round the corner there. That's purple on the 2 by 2 rule. Checkerboard rule makes that purple. Oh, that's brilliant. And there, my lord, I leave you. Gosh, that's interesting. Right, now, what about these? If that was a 4, all of these would be purple. And that would shut in a little green region below it that couldn't get out and join its friends. So that is not 4. If this was 4, this would all be green. Maybe that does potentially work. Is there any reason that doesn't work? If they were all green, No, I think that's all right. Okay, that might be a 4. Now, can this be 3? Probably it can. 3 is much less confined than 4, annoyingly. Right, how about this? If this was a 4 and a purple 4, that would shut in a green area in the top right. If it was a green 4 in this area, I can just see a way that would work in the top right. Well, no, maybe it could be. Oh, bother. Maybe they can't be 1s for some reason. Maybe I need to do some Sudoku. One of these is a 1. One of these is a 1. And one of these 4 is a 1. Oh, look, we've got a 1 here. That places 3 down there. Then we get a 3 in one of these cells. There's a 3 in that box. 2s, yes, I get a 2 here. Ah, by Sudoku, that's a 2. Look at that. We've got 4 2s looking into box 2. Once you get 4 of a number looking into a box, you can place its last one. And that 2 is on a flower, which really doesn't help. I mean, I know it's got that 2 of these cells are purple and 2 are green, but I don't know anything about the details. So maybe that was an exciting and utterly pointless deduction. What about the numbers? 25. If those had to contribute to a purple 25, they would add up to 21. If these were a part of a green 25, they would add up to 23 and be 986. Oh, again, these numbers are just not helpful. Ooh, if those were part of a green 20, that would be a 9-7 pair. Oh, I need to do more yin-yang. Don't like doing yin-yang. I don't understand it. Okay, let's think about this being a 4, which would make it green. All of those would be green. Now, that does make some other cells. We get coloured. We get purple there. We get purple there. We get purple there. I'm thinking about this 1 thing now. Oh, that's interesting. Or is it? No, that 1 wouldn't be on a flower. That's not interesting. Sorry. It's only these 3 flowers left to identify that use their borders. Oh, come on, Mark. Think it through. I bet this can't be a 4. If that was a 4, these would all be green. I remember when it was all green fields round here. No, actually, let's think about this 1. That's got 1 green and 1 purple. So the 1 green is its escape. So if it was green there, that would be purple. I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't think that helps. Okay, what about this? If this was 1 green, well, that would be the green to avoid a checkerboard. Then you'd have, well, then you'd have the other cells surrounding it would be purple, including the 2. Oh, I don't know. That's almost doing something. If this was... I haven't thought much about these being 1s, but if that was a purple... No, if that was a green 1, all of these would be purple. So those would be to avoid checkerboarding. Then green would have to escape up the other pipe from the middle. Oh, hang on. Oh, this is mad. I'm so sorry. this cell is obvious, isn't it? Because the internal green has to join up to the perimeter green somewhere. The only place it gets through is there. So those are green. Oh, if that's really helpful. Checkerboard, this becomes green. Right. It is not 1 because it's already got 2 green surrounds. So it's 3 or 4. Come on. This is interesting now. Well, is it 4? How could it be 4? They would all be green. That would be purple. That would be... I could see it work. Oh, if that was 4... No, I don't know. This is green. It's 3 or 4. So at least one of those is green, definitely. I don't know. If it's this, if this is green, then that has to be purple, doesn't it? To get the purple central cell out. Yeah, I'm sorry. That last step was so obvious that probably the next step is. But I can't see it yet. And this is painful now. This is hurting me. But I do want to carry on because this is so interesting. Come on, think about these. It must be these. These are the last 2 flowers left. I mean, we still have to populate that flower. But these are the last 2 uncertain places. It'd be a bit odd if we finished without getting 1 4 on a flower, wouldn't it? When 4 seems to be a legal arrangement on a flower. But if those were all green, then all of these would be purple for various reasons. I don't know. This. Can it be a 3? If it's a green 3, these are all green. Oh, that's quite interesting. If it's a green 3, these are all green. These become purple. Because the 2 must have 2 greens and 2 purples around it. I don't know, it still works. How about if it's a 1? If it's a 1 and purple, then these are both green. Then all of these are green for the checkerboard rule. I don't know. It's so annoying. I'm going to have to do Sudoku or numbers instead. I'm going to have to use these external numbers somehow. There must be a way. But every row and column I've looked at doesn't seem to be useful in terms of the numbers. $21 in the purple. 16 in the purple there, if purple was the number being given. It's always the same, that it's always giving the shaded cells, so maybe I'm meant to apply 20, 17 and 24 together to get a shaded total of 81 in these columns. I don't know how to do that from where I am at the moment. I've got to go back to thinking about these numbers. I've got to, and I've got to figure it out. There's 1 green and 1 purple between those cells. What does that mean? If that was the green, that would have to be green, because the one inside it would be purple. Oh, I see. If this was a 3, that would force this to be a 1. That's quite interesting. Just by numbers. So if that was a 3, this 1, I still don't know if it would be green or purple. It's so irritating. If it was a 4, maybe that is the difficult one. If that was a 4 and they were all green, all these cells would be purple. Purple has joined up, it's fine. That purple still has to join to the top, but there's no problem with that. Oh, all these have become green though, so that has now got... With all those being green, does this have to get out? I just don't know. Maybe it's to do with the connection between these two. So if this is a 3, that's interesting. These are both the same then. I may have said this before, but I'm doing it again because I just need to know. If that's a 3, then this is a 4. If that's a 3, this is a 4. Right, if this is a 3, this is quite a big deal. If this is a 3, that's a 4, and this is green. So if it's a 3, it's green. And then all of these are 3s, and that's impossible because the 4 needs a green there as well, and we've got a 2 by 2. Right, that is not a 3, that is a 1. Now, I don't know what colour it is, but I know that puts a 1 here, which is not a helpful one. It's not on a flower. But there's also a 1 here. That's, again, not helpful. It's not on a flower. These are just numbers. But this is now a 3 by Sudoku. Okay. Sudoku. Every other cell in box 5 is ruled out. So that's a 3. Not a 4. So annoyingly, one of these is green and one is purple. These two are the same colour. Right, I'm going to make that blue. These two are the other colour. I'm going to make that yellow. I don't know which of blue and yellow are green or purple, but I do know this pattern exists. These must be blue. Oh, no, I've got it wrong, haven't I? No, I've got it right. This is regarding the 1. The 1 is saying either that green or that purple is the 1. So these two are the other colour. Yeah, okay, so this is right. Blue there, yellow there. Now, which of these doesn't work? Well, yeah, yellow being purple, would that work? And blue being green, why might that not work? Or is it the other way around? What if yellow was green and blue was purple? Maybe this isn't how to do it, but it looked a really interesting way of looking at it. These two are the same. Surely that's of some use. These two are different. Maybe that matters. Those two being the same and these two being different. So if this was purple, then all of these would be green. Purple would have to get out here. These would be purple, hemmed in by green. Even the 2 would be green. Those would be purple. And green would be getting out around the corner. Oh, it just works. So maybe it's the other way round somehow. I can't even remember where I started that chain of thinking, so we're getting a bit convoluted now, but I need to get through this somehow. I don't think anything I've just done has yielded numbers, unfortunately. One of these is green and one is purple. Does that do any checkerboard or 2 by 2 damage? If that's green, this isn't, and therefore this is, they're both green. I don't know how it sets up here. Oh, this is so weird. Come on, yellow, tell me what you are. Tell me what you are. If you were green, if yellow was green, that would be purple. green would get out there. These would all be green then. Those couldn't be, so 2 would be green. That's interesting. And green would now have to get out here and here and here. And they would all be green. And that would be green. And that one wouldn't. Ah! That's how it would work, and it doesn't work. Right, if yellow's green, I'm left with these 2 1s both being purple, which makes the 3 count wrong. Right, if yellows are green, then this is green to avoid 2x2s and checkerboards, and to get both of those out. Am I right about that, though? Maybe I'm not. Maybe it doesn't even matter. Green still has to get out, because blues are purples now. Green has to get out there. Oh, it could come down here. Oh, bother. No, okay, that didn't break. So what if yellow is purple then? Then green has to get out round here. Blue is green, so it's fine there. I find this very, very difficult. Oh, is this... No, that would be purple here. Green's coming out here. We'd have purple there. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe it's this one. If this is purple... Oh, this is not... Of course it's this one. How long can you sit here and stare at the obvious and not see it? If this is purple, those are green. Oh no, I was thinking it was stuck, but it's not. It gets out through there. Okay, that's why it's not obvious. Those would all be green. So, purple. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Cannot see how to do this. I'm sorry. This is just wasting your time now, but it's really interesting and it is not coming for me. Maybe I just need to do some maths somehow. Is it maths or is it yin-yang first? Somebody tell me. There's a 3 in one of those 2 cells. That is so uninteresting. It's not a flowered 3. Come on, why can't I tell if yellow and blue, which one is green and which one is purple? Why can I not tell? If yellow was purple, these would both be green. That's green. Green is getting out round here. Checkerboard is not allowed, so that's green. That's green to connect that up. I mean, that seems to work as a green arrangement. Am I missing something there? Yes, I am. This 1 would be wrong. Ah, okay. Is that it? But couldn't we go through the 2 instead and not have that? So could all these be green? If those are green, no, we haven't joined up. And if we join up here, we cut off purple. Right. Right. It does not work for these to be green. Because yellow is purple. Green has to get out round here. 1 can't be green because it would be the wrong colour. So green would come out here. This 1 couldn't be green similarly because it's already seeing 2 greens. So green would come out there, but you're shutting in purple. That doesn't work. Blue is not green. Blue is purple. Hurrah! I don't think that was easy. but it's right. Now this one is looking at one green. We can't have checkerboards, so those are purple. That we can't have a checkerboard here either, so that's green. This one we can't have a 2 by 2, so that's green. Can't have a 2 by 2, that's purple. Green has to get out along the top. And this 3 tells me that that's purple, so this is where green gets out, and that is the grid coloured. Okay, now some number must work now. Where? Which number works now? I don't see it. Yes, hang on. There are 6 purples in this row. Yes, 6 purples must add up to at least 21. Therefore, the numbers around the grid are counting the greens, which are the shaded cells. I could make them grey, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave them as green, and I'm going to know that we are counting the greens. Right, so those greens are 9 and 7 to make 20. These ones are 3 cells to make 24. That's 9, 8, 7. Here we've got, they add up to 15. I can't use that. Here they add up to 15. That's not interesting. Here they add up to 20, which would be interesting if they didn't have a 9. Here they add up to 22, so they do have a 9. Here they add up to 23, because I've already got a 2. So they're 9, 8, 6 in this row, and that one has to be a 9. The other 2 are 6 and 8. Now in this row, the greens add up to 22. We now need a 9 and a 6. That fixes 8 there and 6 there. So we've used the 20 column, and we've used these 2 bottom rows. What else can we do? That's a 4, 5, 7 triple to be resolved. That's 4 or 5. That's 4, 5 or 7. Now we're counting greens. I didn't think these 17s looked very powerful, I have to say. They do though. Okay, 17 and 20, sorry. 17 here means these other 3 cells add up to 14. Now they have to have a 3 in, 3, 4, 7 or 3, 5, 6. And there's only 2 positions for 3 in this column. Only one of them is green. So we get the 3 there, thanks to the pencil marking we did earlier on what I thought were useless 3s. Now these 2 add up to 11. They're either 4, 7 or 5, 6. What else? Has that done anything else? It hasn't really. These add up to... these add up to 15, 20 minus 5, without using 1, 2 or 3. So they are 4, 5, 6. Suddenly we've gone low, and that's a triple looking at that cell, which is 4, 5 or 7. So that must be 7. So there's a 7 in one of these 2, and not down here. And in this column, we've just got 8 and 9 left. That one is looking at a 6, 9 pair. So that's the 8. 5 and 4 to place. This is the 8 in this box. That's a 9. So 9 comes out of those cells. Now, these add up to 11, and that can't be a 7, so that can't be a 4. And we've got this 20, which has now got a green 3, so we can put 9 and 8 in the other 2 green cells. I think I've used all the columns and rows now. I've still got those to determine as adding up to 11, but apart from that, this has suddenly become classic Sudoku with a few pencil marks, which is terrifying because I don't think I'm very close to finishing it yet. Right, okay, let's just be calm. There's a 9 in the central column, it's there. There's an 8 in the central column in one of those 2 cells, in fact in that cell, which makes this a 7, which makes this an 8. Okay, this is beginning to happen now, it's quite exciting. These are from 4, 5, 6. That's the only place for 7 in the central column. And that's part of this 11 sum. So we get a 4 down at the bottom. Let me just check my greens here. 17, yes. Okay, so 6 there. That's a 5, 7 pair. That's a 4. We get the 5 and 4 resolved over in box 9. Now, those can't be 6s. This one is known. That is a 6. So that's not. We've got 4, 5 and 7 to place in row 3 in a chocolate teapot useless fashion. 4, 5, 6 and 9 in this row. I've used all the clues. I mean, I've got nothing left from the clues. The rest is classic. And it doesn't look like we're anywhere near finished. That's 5 or 9 by Sudoku. That's 5, 6 or 9. Wow, what I'm miss. Oh, 2. Look, I've got another 2 to place. There. Is that helpful? It doesn't look it. And I've got another 2 to place there. You never know. Actually finishing off Sudoku might be helpful. 5 or 7. Look, there's a 4, 5, 7 triple. So 6, 8 and 9 to place in the box, and they just go straight in. That has to be helpful. That 9 is looking at this. 5, 7, 8, 4, 5, 7. That is 4 or 5, and I don't know which. I do in a moment. No, I don't. This is a 6, 4 pair. This is 7 and 9. That has become a 6. We get a 4 here. This 5, 7 pair has been resolved. 8 and 9 to go in there. Oh, what a lovely puzzle. This is very clever, Darren, I have to say. Real genius level stuff. That's a 5. That's a 4. That's a 5. 4, 6, 4 and 6, 5, and then 2 cells to do, 6 and a 4, and that is the Taiji garden, and that is brilliant. What a fantastic puzzle. Yin Yang, which is obviously a marvellous Far Eastern concept in our Taiji garden, and some beautiful sort of shaded count cells as well as these flowers. Lovely idea, really well executed, super puzzle. Thank you for watching us as always on the channel, and hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.